everybody, it is Nicole from Kiwi, and today we are drawing Zelda from the video game Breath of the Wild. So let's not waste any time and hop right into the video. When I counted up the votes, it was actually split equally between Zelda and Giselle on YouTube, so I made a poll on Instagram to create a tiebreaker. Out of 130 votes, Zelda won by 4 votes, so you're all very torn between the two. Because it was so close, I'll be drawing Giselle in the next video where you'll all vote, but unfortunately that does mean that we won't be voting this week, but as always, feel free to leave suggestions of characters that I can add to my list. So although I didn't play Breath of the Wild, I did watch someone's gameplay of the entire thing, so I do know the story, but eventually I would like to play it myself one day. For the sketch, I didn't want Zelda to be standing there by herself, so I thought of drawing her with her horse. I've never actually drawn a sitting horse before, so I had to look up some references, and I'm not really sure how accurate this drawing is, but I did try my best. I mentioned in a previous video that I really love horses, so it was really fun to include one in this drawing. I actually drew this sketch twice. The first one in the video, and then I drew one off camera because I didn't really like the one I drew on camera. However, ultimately I just ended up using the one that I did on camera because I ended up liking that one more, which is kind of funny. For the coloring, I tried to get most of the markers from the same set to minimize shuffling through different marker sets, and I'll leave links to the materials I used in the description. My coloring method was kind of all over the place for this drawing. I don't really have a specific method I always follow, which is why this one kind of went everywhere. I started by coloring the skin, and then I decided to shade it and add blush a different way from what I normally do. Then I decided to add base colors to some areas, but then before finishing the base colors on everything else, I decided to shade in some parts, and this is where you can see that I don't really have a method that I follow. I think it just shows how indecisive I am. When it came to coloring in the boots, I had several references, but they were kind of in a rough painterly style, so I was really unsure of what the actual design of the boots were. I just kind of made it up as I went along, so they may not be completely accurate, but did the best that I could. And then one of the last things that I did was add grass as a surface. I'm not really sure if I like it, but I didn't really want them to be floating in midair while sitting down, so I thought adding something would be better than having nothing. As for the line art, I decided to go for all black line art to give it a more graphic look. I was debating on whether or not to use colored line art because it is CG, so I think that having the black line art really makes it look different from the video game, besides the fact that my drawing is 2D and the video game is 3D. But I just felt like I wanted to use black line art for this one, so that's what I went with. I also used gold to outline the yellow areas, and originally I thought of filling in the gold areas completely with the gold pen, but I liked how the outline looked, so I just kept it as an outline. Overall, I'm pretty happy with the outcome. I especially like that she's interacting with her horse, and I definitely want to draw more scenes like this, but I have to push myself to kind of expand. Next time, I'll be drawing Giselle from Enchanted, and you can vote on that video, but in the meantime, leave character suggestions in the comments down below. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more like this, be sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you're notified of when I post new videos. So with that, I want to thank you all so much for joining me today. Keep drawing, keep creating, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!